They are getting too old for this. Hey guys, this is Jason. I'm reviewing Happy Gilmore 2, directed by Kyle Newacheck, and is a sequel to the fan favorite Happy Gilmore from the 90s. Adam Sandler returns as the title character, and it's about him coming out of retirement and trying to not be an alcoholic anymore and go back to golfing. And the only reason he's doing that is to try to help his daughter go to Paris so that she can go to a fancy school where she can do some more ballet. So that means we get a lot more scenes where Happy is doing some golf and we get some ridiculous humors and a bunch of nostalgia ensue. Now, before I start talking about this film, I just want to say I have noticed that 90% of people haven't subscribed to my channel yet. So if you love what I'm doing and you enjoy my videos, then please hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow and it helps me improve my videos in the future. Now, I do like the first Happy Gilmore film. I think it's a pretty funny movie. It's not one of my favorite comedies, but I do enjoy it overall. It's very fun to watch and it's very quotable. Come on, get into your home. That's your home. Are you too good for your home? Answer me. Now we have a sequel to Happy Gilmore that no one asked for, but they made it anyway. And unfortunately, we've had a lot of Adam Sandler sequels that are like that, with movies like Grown Ups 2, Hotel Transylvania 2, Murder Mystery 2. And now we have this film, and to be honest, this movie is not any different compared to those films because this movie sucked. Don't go into this expecting it to be as fun as the first. They tried to make it as fun as the first, but it just doesn't work. And the worst part of this is that it's not even funny. There was not one part in the humor that made me laugh or even slightly chuckle. Most of it is just some of the same humor that we've been seeing in a lot of Sandler's newest comedies. Like a lot of butt jokes, a lot of jokes about the cast being a little older, references to his other films, juvenile humor that isn't funny for kids. Now, I do like a lot of Sandler's older comedies. I used to watch a lot of his comedies back then, like Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore, and some of his comedies that aren't that great, like Click. I used to love Click when I was little, but this film feels like it belongs in the 2010s because the 2010s had a lot of terrible Adam Sandler comedies that weren't funny, like movies like Jack and Jill, Pixels, That's My Boy, Grown Ups 1 and 2, and Sandler making a sequel to the first Happy Gilmore just doesn't work in today's time, because when you look at the first film, him playing a 30-year-old man that acts like a child in a lot of his scenes, and is also fueled with anger a lot of the time, because it helps make the character funny and the entire film funny overall. Now, when you do it with a 60-year-old man, that's not the same. Because when you see Sandler as a 60-year-old man trying to act the same way he did in the first film, it just doesn't feel the same. It just feels boring. Where it really shows that his character hasn't even changed a bit. Nothing about him feels different except that he looks a little tired in most of the film. Adam Sandler is not good in this film. He's basically playing as himself from his other films, except he's older and more tired this time around. Where Sandler is not showing any energy in him. He doesn't look like he wanted to be in this film. He looks like he's just doing this just for a paycheck. The plot is pretty much the same as the first film, where you have a character that's down on his luck and he's trying to save his grandma's house from being taken away from her, where he would make money to save his grandma's house and be with his new girlfriend, played by Bowen. Here it's a little different because you have Happy that's now dealing with alcoholism and he's trying to get back into golfing to get more money so that his daughter can go to Paris for her classes, where it goes exactly how you expect it to go, with only some differences, and especially with how this movie starts. And I am gonna spoil how this movie starts, which I don't care. Don't watch this movie if you haven't yet. It's terrible. So in the first 5 minutes, we see that Happy is thinking of retiring, but his wife, Virginia, played once again by Bowen, wants him to continue golfing. So in the first 5 minutes of this film, Happy's golfing on Mother's Day. He hits the ball, and the ball ends up hitting Bowen in the face, killing her. Like, what? And he beats up a repo man because he thought that guy was stealing his Ferrari, and that repo man sues Happy for doing that, which causes Happy to lose his grandma's house and move to a different town. And he's addicted to drinking alcohol for obvious reasons. He doesn't like to remember what he did to his wife, but that also ruins what a lot of people liked about the first film and what Happy was trying to do in that film, where I don't feel that impact from him anymore because I now realize that he's gonna lose all of that again in 30 years. Yeah, that happens in the first 5 minutes of this film, and when I saw that happen, it was at that part I knew this movie's gonna fall apart. So that means everything Happy fought for in the first film means nothing now because he's gonna lose all of that in 30 years. And the sequel is supposed to improve a lot of things that the first film had, not ruin it. So now I got the bad humor in the first 5 minutes and the plot out of the way, let's talk about another big issue with the film. It is filled with nostalgia from the original film, like having a lot of flashbacks to it, a lot of callbacks and references and lines from the first film just done a little differently. Characters returning, like Shooter McGavin, played once again by Christopher McDonald, coming back. Like, this movie has a lot of those things in this film, and they were very distracting and unnecessary, to the point where they just feel like, hey, remember these from the first film? We're gonna put them in here for you. Now, this movie does try to have some emotion going on, with Happy trying to help his daughter try to go to Paris, but it's barely mentioned and just glossed over for most of the film, where most of the time when we see Happy with his kids, most of those scenes are taken by his 4 sons that just like to beat up each other and have the same type of mannerisms that he had in the first film, and none of them are funny. They just feel like they're trying way too hard to be like Adam Sandler. Now, there's also one character that would appear later in the film, played by Eminem, that later makes fun of Happy, and his character is supposed to be like the son of the guy from the first film that would constantly call him a jackass all the time. Yeah, for some reason, he has a son that's doing the same thing that he did in the first film. So we see Happy's sons pick him up, throw him in a lake, and that guy gets eaten alive by alligators, and everyone around him is just laughing at him while he's getting killed. Why? I get that he's the son of the guy that made fun of him in the first film, and he's doing the same thing here, but he doesn't deserve to be murdered. And why are you making fun of him when he's getting killed Temple of Doom style in public? Like, that is just messed up. Happy Gilmore 2 is another horrible sequel that no one asked for. It should not exist, and I'm glad that this was released on Netflix instead of theaters, because this movie does not deserve a theatrical run. I tried thinking of finding one thing in this film that's at least redeemable or passable, and I struggled. I couldn't find anything in this film that was redeemable or something that I slightly enjoyed. Like, there's really nothing in this film that's redeemable. Like, nothing. Like, it would just take the stuff we liked about the first film and be like, screw it, we're gonna do our own thing. So screw the first film, we're just gonna scrap all of that stuff and just have something different. Like killing the love interest from the first film and having Happy lose the house and having him do the same plot that he had in the first film, just with slightly different stuff. This movie failed to be a follow-up. It has horrible humor that's not funny, it has weak acting, and characters that are just there for some nostalgia and feel pointless overall, and it is so far one of the worst movies I have seen all year. It is not good. Don't watch Happy Gilmore 2 if you haven't yet. It's terrible. Just stick with the first Happy Gilmore and you'll be fine. And I guess all I have left to say about this film is to just look at it and say, you suck, you jackass. I'm gonna give Happy Gilmore 2 an F. So guys, those are my thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2. What do you think about it? Did you think I was being too harsh on it and you enjoyed it? Or do you think that this is a horrible movie? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you know what other videos I'm posting. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.